Well, if there was two words to sum up what it would be like owning a small business in 2020, those two words, at least that we could say on television, would probably be
dumpster fire.
The ups and downs in the life of a small business owner are unimaginable for many of us. In a normal year, they often wake up with an anxious knot in their stomach. But when the news of the mandatory shutdown was announced in the spring of 2020, a new sort of uncertainty was realized.
Like the first day, I just went out in the parking lot and I cried and I thought, this is it, we're done. We went home for an hour and we came back and we're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're small business owners, we've got to survive.
So the folks at Charlie's on East Main Street and their neighbors at Yellow Racket Records concocted a plan to be stronger together.
You played Red Rover in high school, or junior high, or elementary school. I'm too old to remember now. But you linked hands or elbows, and that made you stronger. So we're trying to hold hands with the people who surround us and move forward and be stronger because of that. If we weren't holding hands, we wouldn't be strong. Somebody would come right through us.
Yeah, we've been trying to lock arms with Charlie's from day one, and they've just been wonderful neighbors, and I know they're struggling right now too, and so we just thought, you know, we need to do whatever we can to help each other out. And in my mind, this is just something that we'll do as long as we're neighbors, regardless of whether there's a pandemic or not.
If you show your receipt at the neighboring small business, you'll receive a percentage off from that business. Supporting local businesses helps create the identity of the city. It conserves your tax dollars, it funds your infrastructure, and it's better for the environment.
There's so many interesting angles and experiences that small businesses offer because in some ways they can take these risks because they know a community and they know what drives that community and what's important to that community that you're not necessarily going to get from like a big conglomerate outside your community. And that's what makes Chattanooga unique. Is a big part of it is all these small businesses coming in and saying, I know what I want this community to look like and I know what this community values, and I'm bringing something to the table that aligns with that.
This block in East Chattanooga is standing together for their livelihood, and they invite you to come out and see why.
It's nothing for us to work all day and all night and all day the next day because we're not quitters. We're not losers. We're going to scrap and scrimp and claw our way back to the top. We're very determined. We're not going to give up.
And what a perfect Saturday afternoon date, Lori. I mean, you can get a little barbecue, you can go over and record shop, and then they also have the nursery right there so you can look at flowers. And just a quick note, yesterday we did the story about Naked River Brewing having their Thanksgiving turkeys. So happy to say they actually sold out. That's terrific. You can also put in your Thanksgiving orders with Charlie's as well, again on East Main Street, heading towards Dodson Avenue. It's just absolutely a wonderful little block that they have going on there, and they could really, really use some shoppers.
Yeah, it has been so good to see how businesses have gotten created and supporting one another too, like you just showed us. And this weekend, the weather looks fantastic. So get out there, take advantage, do a little early Christmas shopping and support local businesses. They certainly would appreciate it.
Wonderful, wonderful thing.